Hello everyone, Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from South Lake Tahoe. I'm at Zephyr Cove. It's October 5th, 2014. Thought we'd talk about sales training. Now, I want to talk to you specifically about snipers. Now, I'm not talking like military snipers. A sniper to me is somebody that when you're in a sales process, you're talking to your client, they step in and they just decide that they need to give their input. And there's a couple reasons why snipers happen. Okay, so the first one is that they're nosy and they're just an irritating person. And you could tell by that if you're talking to your client and the sniper walks in and goes, "Oh, what's going on?" And that client rolls their eyes, okay? That person really doesn't have weight. That person is just the annoying, I don't know, everybody's got an annoying neighbor or annoying friend. It's that annoying person that they really don't want to deal with, okay? So you know that you have some weight and some leverage. This person doesn't. They just walk in and they want to interrupt the process and they want to feel like they're helping that person out, okay? Now the second person, this is the dangerous person. This is going to be the friend or the relative that has weight with the decision-making process, okay? Because like sometimes the friend or the relative has no weight, but this person does. And they think that they're looking out for the best interests of their client. And this happens a lot at the end of the sales process, not at the beginning. You're like, dude, where were you an hour ago when we first got started? So this person comes in at the very end and goes, "Hey, what's going on?" And then they throw up all over that person, giving them all sorts of information. Well, did you talk to this person? Did you get 3 bids? Did you do this? Did you do that? And like it interrupts the whole entire sales flow. This is what I'm talking about, like a sniper. They come out of the middle of nowhere. It's like they're hiding in the tree, and like all of a sudden they show up, and they're like, "Oh, okay, now here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw up your sale." So my question for you, how are you going to deal with this? What are you going to do? Okay, are you going to call that person out? Because one of the best things to do is say, "Hey, you know what? If you were really the decision maker, you probably should have been here from the very beginning. Or, you know, you're not part of this process. I'm going to have to ask you to leave." There's like the full end of the spectrum is being polite about it. And then like the far end of the spectrum is picking the dude up by his belt loop and throwing him out the door. Okay, I'm not saying do the far end of the spectrum. How are you going to deal with that process? How are you going to deal with that sniper who comes in? So it's going to be somebody who's just annoying or irritating, somebody who feels like they're looking out for the best interests of their client. And then the third one is going to be somebody who really is looking out for the best. That person really should be there. So like a lot of times when dealing with the elderly, there really should be an advocate there. That way that person can't come back and say, "Hey, you know, XYZ company took advantage of me and here's what's going on." So sometimes in the process, you really should be asking if you don't think that that person has the mental capabilities to be there, who their advocate is. Because, you know, the rule is you always take care of the person that you're selling to. There's no reason to sell somebody something that they don't need. There's no reason to lie to somebody. There's no need to make something up just to get a commission, only to cause you problems in the back end. There's always good reason to be ethical, okay? There's always good reason to be ethical. But what are you going to do when you get sniped? What are you going to do when the friend comes over that's not supposed to be there? What are you going to do when the coworker comes over, or the family member, whoever it is who has some weight? And what are you going to do with the person who's really supposed to be there? So you got the 3 categories. Not supposed to be there, interrupting, nosy, irritating person, but kind of has some input. And then last of all, the person who really has input that really should be there. Okay, so how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to deal with the sniper? I'm not really going to put the third person in the sniper category. I'm going to put them in under help. So let's stick with 1 and 2. The irritating person who's not supposed to be there, or the person here who has weight and can sway the opinion or the belief of the person. Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. Subscribe. And then you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, because that's always cool. Scott Sylvan Bell. Only Scott Bell. Sylvan. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.